our umpire from Chinese Taipei. That's the toss of the coin. Well, Son Wan-ho hoping to rewrite the record books this week, because we've had 4 different players from Korea win medals in the men's singles at World Championships, but never a gold. So the 29-year-old, will it be his year? Became world #1 on the 25th of May, and then had a short break before regaining that status on the 8th of June. So this in total is 12th week as world #1s, playing in his 6th World Championship, 3rd time that he has been seeded. Well, he beat Kalle Könönen, the left-handed Finn, in the first round. We were watching that one, 43 minutes. And I was actually speaking to Kalle earlier today. He was most disappointed he didn't make the play of the day, because he threw himself around the court. So to the 23-year-olds from Hungary, born in Mora. And as I say, it's his first World Championships. Beat Wilson better.
Ready to play.
In his first round of Austria, the Austrian, his family coming from Kerala in India. But he was born in Vienna, hence he's representing Austria. So the Hungarian, well, this a huge occasion. He has played at a major event before, because 2 years ago at the very first European Games in Baku in Azerbaijan, he competed there. He was 3rd in his group, as we look at our court officials that I was mentioning.
So. Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Vs克劳斯, Hungary. And on my left, Son Wan-ho, Korea. Son Wan-ho to serve, level, play.
So the world #1 in his quest to try and make history here this week in Glasgow. Players from Korea have won gold medals in the 3 doubles disciplines. But never a gold in either of the singles. Incidentally, they've got the #2 seed in the women's singles in Sung Ji-hyun. Oh, that's lovely.
Service over.
Do you know much about Kraus? Lars?
No, frankly, I don't.
No.
But I'm sure he's happy about the way the match has started, because it's he's played 2 good rallies, and I'm sure he has been a little bit anxious going into to playing the world #1.
Yeah, he looks a good athlete. Quite tall, 6'2".
Gary?
Yeah, and of course he's looking forward to a big match like this. It's not very often you, especially when you're a player at his level, are facing the world #1. But with that joy that you bring into the match, there's also a little bit of anxiety, I'm sure, that can I do anything against this guy, because
service over.
Obviously he will probably be stronger in every area.
got caught off balance earlier in the rally, didn't he? He was at 6s and 7s after that. Coach McIlvaine from Scotland.
3-2.
He was in Belgium for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, for a long while. I don't know how many years, but yeah, he's been a good colleague for a long time.
Wide.
Service over. 3-4.
Oh, just missed it. Just missed it.
Service over. 5-3.
I remember, Lars, when Son Wan-ho became the world #1 on the 25th of May, it was almost a bit of a shock, because in the 12 months that the world ranking is run over, it's a rolling 12-month period. He'd won one tournament, which was his home Grand Prix Gold event. You know, of course, we've got such big stars. I know Lee Chong-wei has lost yesterday in the men's singles, and, you know, we have Lin Dan. He was on just a couple of matches ago, but, you know, it was a bit of a surprise. But he's been consistently good, consistently getting through to the latter end of tournaments, and the world ranking is not done on how many tournaments you've won, it's who's consistently been the best player overall.
Yeah, and it's made up of your 10 best results over the last 12 months, and in an Olympic year, then some of the players approach it differently. Some of the players, they're a little bit more selective about how many tournaments they play, and of course post Olympics, it's also a little bit different how they approach it. Some need more rest than others.
Yeah. That's a very, very good point as we watch this very good rally that's landed in. Because last year, Son Wan-ho actually played 21 tournaments for a men's singles player. That's a lot. And your point that he can drop his 10 worst results, or 11 in fact last year, because it's only his best 10, is what enabled him to become world #1. Oh, that's good. Well, that's another reason why he's world #1. Shots like that.
9-3.
And unfortunately for Crouch, after for him good start, then the difference in level starts to show.
Yes, he's really making Kraus twist and turn, move to the back, bring him forward.
Yeah, and he's okay, Kraus, in following the rallies and playing an okay rally, but it's very hard for him to see how he should be able to score against Son Wan-ho.
Yeah, well, Son Wan-ho has just won 7 straight points. An 8-point advantage at mid-game interval.
서비스 때는 서비스 3단.
한 번씩 빠르게.
Mistake is okay. Wrong is okay. Something like that first. Second, some yeah. So.
Yeah, I know he's playing neutral and he's on it very early. Okay, it's faster than you're used to, but you need to make your base earlier than you normally make it, okay? So hit and get ready faster than normal. right? So that you're ready for that next shot. Yeah? When it's above you, straight slice.
20 seconds.
Yes, in other words, Michael Bain just saying you've got to up your intensity, up your pace. This is not like the normal opponents you play against. You've got to focus of having played your shot, get back to that base position and be ready.
11, 3.
But as you were pointing out in the earlier matches, Lars, it's easy to say these things, but can you implement it? That's the problem.
Yeah, and it's very good rally here, but you're right. It's a question whether he can do that, and it's easy to see what is needed, but it's very hard just to play suddenly play faster than normal.
Yeah. Oh, that's super. You know, when you're leaping back to that round the head position, as we call it, your body weight is sort of falling out of the court area. To then be able to control the shuttle and thread it down the line like that is really quite remarkable. He made it look easy, but so many players would drag that shot wide.
Yeah, and especially since he's playing it in the side where the sideways drift always also takes it a little bit further wide, so he actually has to hit it a little bit inwards, because otherwise it would have gone wide. Yeah. So it's a lot of factors that he's actually controlling in that shot. And as McIlvaine asked his player before to do, he was also very quick out of the corner, Sun Man Ho, which we see again here.
Super net shot. Racket arm outstretched.
13-4.
As he played that net shot. Look at this. Great control of that racket head. A tiny little movement of it to tumble the shuttle on the net shot. Kim Ji-jung very happy with that. Female Korean coach. There's the other coach there, Agustri Santoso, of Indonesia. Looked to me as though she was having to translate what he was saying in the mid-game interval. He would say something and then she would sort of repeat it in Korean to Sun Man Ho.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, nicely played by Kraus.
Yeah, and I think actually we have to say in his favor that he is playing faster, he is moving faster now. And then in some rallies it's like this one he succeeds, and in other rallies it's a little bit too fast for him. But that's also a way to develop, and that's why a match like this is very valuable for him. Because if you keep playing against the same speed, the speed that you're used to, then you don't get under the same pressure, and then there's a risk that you don't develop as much.
Service over. 15-6.
Oh, that was a lovely shot from Gregory Kraus.
8-15.
Nice, acute angle. That's lovely.
Yeah, he's got good control and from that round the head corner.
Let's go wide. Yeah.
Service over. 16-8.
Yeah, well worked in Son Wan-ho.
And when we see it again here, we can see that Son Wan-ho knows that this shot is not going down, but he plays it to be able to follow up on the net. So he actually, before he's landing in the backcourt, he's already started his movement towards the net to be able to kill the next one.
It's a whole different thought process, isn't it, by these top players, because they're thinking at least one shot ahead, maybe two shots, whereas I think that the players, these youngsters like Kraus, perhaps thinks one shot at a time and tries to hit the winner. The best players in the world don't try and hit the winner, as you just described. They set themselves up to be able to play the winner.
Yeah, and they always expect the opponent to return their shots because they're so used to a good defense, and then they just get happily surprised if it goes down the first one.
Last year, this young man from Hungary made a big breakthrough when he reached his first tournament final at the Turkey International Series event. Lost that final, but it was a big breakthrough, I think, for him. Missed it. I'm liking the spirit of this Hungarian. Seemed to be outclassed at the mid-game interval when he was 3-11 down. But he's found a way.
Yeah, and he should definitely give it his all the time, because it's a unique opportunity for him to get this experience to play against a player at the level of Son Wan-ho.
This is amazing. Now the Korean coaching bench looking a little bit anxious.
I think they feel that Son Wan-ho should step up a gear again. Like he has slowed down his pace a little bit, and when he does that, like Klaus is not used to playing the fast speed that Son Wan-ho did in the beginning, but Son Wan-ho is not used to play this slow as he's doing now, and that's why he's making some mistakes.
Missed it. So the run of points comes to an end, but those 5 straight points has given the world #1 something to think about.
13.
But I think it's okay to go for this one, because he's in okay balance, and he misses the shot, but I think it's a good opportunity, and he has to take some risk if he wants to score points against Son Wan-ho.
Oh my word! Look at that. Good rally. Oh, that's a pity from the Hungarians' point of view. That was a super rally. Best rally of the match so far. Look at that defensive shot. That was amazing from Kraus.
And with a very short movement of the racket. Extraordinary.
Oh, he's definitely a talent. I hope we see a lot more of him.
Go, Gary.
That's been wide. Yep. Well left by Son Wan-ho.
20.
And game points have arrived for the world number one. Well, in the early stages, he was very much in control, the number one seed, Son Wan-ho. 18 minutes for the opening game, 21-13. A good display by Kraus.
Some routine situation, yeah, one. Sometimes Wan-ho do not always come back in the center or something like that. Stop something, yeah, change something.
한 번씩 스피드를 바꿔주고 똑같이 하니까 알고 있으니까 만약 세컨스 때 가면 공격을 많이 할까 그 준비를 좀 해주고 많아요. 알았지? 자, 슛 짧게밖에 안 넣잖아. 그에 대한 대비를 좀 빨리 해. 어? 자, 화이팅! 힘내라.
Number two, always change your speed and power something like that. Yeah, some speed, something. That's Hungarian player. Many push something. Just wait.
Yeah? When you've got them in, don't be afraid of the flick into the corner. Okay, right? Sometimes you can even try a cross net when you're high enough, right? But it needs to be early in the speed, it can't be forward. Yeah? Okay, so working hard, taking the shuttle early, keep it basic, simple, into the corners. When you're neutral, sharp, neutral. Yeah? Okay? And some straight stick smashes as well. Okay. Right? Not always cross. Okay. Right, come on. Keep believing in it, keep fighting for it.
This expression about the stick smashes is catching. It's contagious. Everybody's talking about them now. But very interesting. I think that's blown my theory out the window about the Korean coach Kim Ji-jung just translating for Sontosa. She was giving a lot more information than he seemed to impart, and then she left and he continued to give instruction, which means that Son Wan-ho must understand English quite well.
Yeah, even though I don't understand probably one word Korean, but I think I heard both of the coaches say speed, and definitely Son Wan-ho is back at full speed again now. In the beginning of this game.
Yes, I think this is another thing, actually, that separates the very best from the contenders. And that's the ability to lift your game and go up another pace. And we've seen it very noticeable with two of the greats of our sport, Lin Dan and Lee Chong-wei, over the last decade or so. Suddenly within the rally, they can just up their intensity, play at a much faster pace. And although we don't see the same dynamic play from Son Wan-ho, he has just lifted his game these first few rallies of this second game.
Yeah, exactly. but in order to do that, you need to have a game that's a level above. Where I think that Gergely Kraus is playing at his limit all the time, and then it's his coach is asking even more of him, and because that's what he needs in order to win this match. But that is very hard, and then sometimes it breaks down, and he makes some mistakes that he would maybe normally not make when he's playing a player at his own level.
Well, you know, it is sometimes a player that's normally at a lower level can sustain their very, very best throughout a match and cause a huge upset. Of course, I'm thinking perhaps of other sports. I can remember a couple of years ago, Dustin Brown at the Wimbledon Championships from Germany beat Rafa Nadal. And I mean, he was just seemed to be hitting winners left, right and centre. But he's clearly not the sort of level of Rafa Nadal, but if you can maintain it throughout the entirety of a match, who knows?
Exactly, and it's easier to play better against a better opponent than it is against an opponent of your own level, because there you have to create everything yourself. Here, when you play someone with a higher level, then you just, because it's not easy, but you just have to follow, and then sometimes everything just fits together, and on those days you can do amazing results.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that makes sports so charming, because if we always knew the result from beforehand, then we wouldn't watch it, would we?
No, exactly.
6-3.
And we do love sport where we see somebody getting this golden opportunity, as Kraus is here to play against the world number one. I'm not sure how many top 10 players he's played against, how many top 20 players he's played against. To play against the world number one is very special, and he's making the most of it. He's trying his heart out. And you just never know. That's the point, isn't it, Lars, as you pointed out.
No, and I'm quite convinced that the difference at level is too big today for him to win, but I'm sure that this experience will help him develop as a player in the future. So when he goes back and analyzes this match on video, then there are lots of things that he can bring with him, both good and bad.
4-7.
What's the main thing then that you think that he needs to improve to really step up another level? What should he be working on?
Yeah, but he has a very good shot, as we spoke about, the cross-court stick smash from around the head. But as his coach told him in the last interval here, that he needs to be able to variate it, also with the stick smash down the line, and he can probably do that, but he just hasn't done it at this speed today. And variate the speed as well, and sometimes go hard on the body. And then overall he has to get used to playing at a higher speed, because that's and that includes a lot of things. That's both a physical and a technical and a tactical thing. But that is the overall thing. But he can bring a lot of positives from this as well, because he can rally with Sun Man Ho, and he's actually creating some good chances to win. Some of them he converts, some of them he misses, but he gets the opportunity, and that's very positive for him.
Yeah.
And we can see now this is exactly the favorite shot I was talking about, that he's doing a lot, the cross court from around the head. But Sun Wan-ho, he knows it, so he's actually expecting it. It's not a surprise anymore, and then he's overdoing it and hitting it wide, and that's why the straight stick smash would be a good idea, just as a variation.
Yeah. And also overdoing it because of that mentality we were talking about earlier, that the contenders rather than the champions expect those shots from the back of the court to be winners, whereas Sun Wan-ho uses those little angled shots to set himself up to play as winner.
Exactly.
So to the mid-game interval, number 1 seed Sun Wan-ho with a 6-point advantage, having already won the first.
Nah, it's better. Some remember. 1 time, 2 time, money rally something. Take a look condition something. Sometimes lift, push here something. The light is something. Put something. Just try something. Yeah.
아, 잘하고 있으니까 스피드 조절만 좀 해줘. 제가 못 따라 뛰게 좀.
So back of the court first before you look for the spin. And sometimes I'm cross net instead of the straight. Just give them something to think about.
Well, that's a second time that Coach McIlvaine has said don't forget about the cross net if you're taking it early. Have we seen one so far from Kraus? Not sure we have.
No, but we also haven't seen a lot of situations where he takes it early in the front court.
No.
So it's...
Yep, fair point.
Service over. 6-11.
And some might wonder why the Korean coach Santoso was talking about the lighting of the hall, and he told his player Sun Wan-ho to sometimes play a very high lift, and he actually did it earlier on as well. And in these big venues and with the lot of light that's needed on the court, then sometimes it can be hard to see the shuttle actually in some angles.
Yeah.
And especially if you have to look straight up, then you can get a little bit blinded by the light, and that's why he was actually asking him to do that.
Well, he did try a cross-court net shot there, Kraus, but he was taking it far too late. McIlvaine said, when you take it early.
I'm sure that was not the situation he meant.
No. That's a lovely shot.
15-6.
Yeah, and we can see from the movements of Gergely Kraus that it's also getting a physical matter now, that it's very hard to follow the speed of Sun Wan-ho. He does well in the first shots of the rally, but
Yeah.
The consistent pace and pressure from Sun Wan-ho just gets too much.
16-6.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That's a horrible miss.
17-6.
Yeah, and that's what it was exactly what you were praising Sun Wan-ho to do earlier on, to control the smash with the body rotation from that corner. And,
Yeah.
and here we can see how wide you can end up if you don't control all the factors.
Good, good.
Service over. 7-17.
Yeah, and here he makes use first of the stick smash here. We only see the second one, but first the stick smash straight and then the cross-court slice here. A very good combination. And actually clever not to go for full power on these very high lifts that where there could be a risk that he can't see it too well.
Oh, that's come back in. That was going wide, and the sideways drift brought it back in.
And that's another difference between the experienced top players and the younger players, that they are so used to play in these big stadiums with the drift, that he actually deliberately plays it a little bit wide, and then he expects the drift to take the shuttle in, back in.
19-7.
Match points have arrived for Son-Wan Ho. A little over 32 minutes into the match. In fact, each clock just ticks over 33 minutes. It's going wide.
But that was the straight attack that his coach has asked for a long time, and it was successful. So. But he managed to do it before it's all over.
Yeah, this time, well, it's been a wonderful experience for Gregory Kraus to play against the world #1, but Son-Wan Ho really showing his class. Good movements, sharp shots, and a pretty comfortable victory in 34 minutes. 21-13, 21-9. Well, he'll be very happy with that, Son-Wan Ho, and I do hope that we see Kraus in the future, because I think he's a big talent, and he's done himself proud today, putting up a good fight against the #1 seed.